Dear viewer, before watching this video, you might want to watch Batman Caped Crusader, so you can experience firsthand what we will be discussing. Now, this isn't a review on the show, nor is it a critique. These are just my first impressions on the depiction of Catwoman on Batman the Caped Crusader, so please be aware that I will focus purely on her, as she is my main focus in anything she appears in. I'm not sure where to begin. This video is likely to get me quite a lot of hate, for which I am sorry, but I have to be honest. Otherwise, what's the point of the channel, right? With that being said, I hope you like this show much more than I did, and I hope you're happy with what we got, because I'm honestly not. And just before I begin, I just want to make this very clear. I wanted to like this. I truly wanted to love it. I was anxious to see it. I made fan arts about it. I was more than ready for it. So much so that we even bought an Amazon Prime subscription just for this show. Because after seeing how much the vast majority of reviewers seemed to love this series, naturally I went into this with the best disposition, hoping I would be pleasantly surprised. But now that I have watched Caped Crusader, I am surprised, but not pleasantly. I understand they wanted to do something different. I appreciate that, just as I appreciate the 40s approach, and the nods the episode makes to some iconic Catwoman moments, but that seems to be all there is to this Catwoman, as she doesn't seem to have much depth, or any at all. And she's not much fun either. She's not particularly clever, and her face seems off somehow. She's not ugly, but she's not beautiful either. But worse than that, this Catwoman doesn't seem to have any training at all, or any real direction. She's not really much of a master thief. She's not a match for Batman in any way, but rather a spoiled brat and an opportunist who one day simply decided to make a catsuit and extend her criminal record even further by failing some more at something she should be good at, like stealing. Because this Selina Kyle already has a long criminal record. Even Bruce Wayne is aware of her long criminal missteps prior to even meeting her in person, making the fact that she even shows up at high society events and museums, as well as wearing a Catwoman suit, seem completely pointless. Speaking of the suit, this part is actually a highlight. I love the suit, and the color choice for the cape, which is a darker shade of green than the one we usually see. It almost seems like a blend between the colors hunter green with Prussian blue. It's just gorgeous. One aspect I actually enjoyed was the inclusion of Greta, Selina's servant and confidant, who has a dry and deadpan personality, which resembles the sarcastic old lady from Disney's Atlantis. I won't talk about the quality of the animation, simply because it isn't what I expected or would have wanted. And believe it or not, I don't want to trash talk this series. I definitely think you should watch it. I just wish they would spend their budget on quality animation rather than a star-studded cast, which, although nice, isn't really necessary with such high-profile characters, who I believe can carry a show on their own. And speaking of which, another aspect I enjoyed was the voice department. Everyone is giving a solid performance, but Christina Ricci's voice sounds a little too high-pitched for the role, I think. However, I will admit that it works well with this spoiled rich girl version of Selina, though I think Christina Ricci would have been perfect for Harley Quinn. Now, if Batman the Caped Crusader continues, I hope the creative team rectifies what they did with Selina and turn her into the great character that she has always been. Now, after all said and done, I just have to say this. I have the utmost respect for Bruce Timm, James Tucker, Edward Raker, Greg Rucka, and the rest of the creative team. But Batman Caped Crusader made me reevaluate my stance on Batman the Animated Series, and my view on the show's depiction of Catwoman. Flaws and all, the Catwoman from Batman the Animated Series runs circles around the Caped Crusader one, in just about every sense of the word, except the jaw. That part is still worse. Once again, it's absolutely great if you love this show, and I wish I could say the same and enjoy the series as much as you, if you did. did. Consider yourself lucky. Now, I'm a little sad right now because I know this isn't going to be taken well by most people. This isn't a fun video to make. I don't like not liking things, but it sometimes happens. And the Catwoman of Caped Crusader is one of those times. I sincerely hope I didn't upset you too much. Thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Be safe and well, and please forgive me if you happen to like this Catwoman.